When we first played through this campaign, we would have never imagined that we would get some of these names to be voices on our show.
I mean, I feel like a broken record when I just keep fanboying over the actors who are playing these.
Okay, the cast. Okay, let's go to the cast and who I think voiced them. Percival, he's the Matthew is gonna be the voice actor for Percival. I know the voice actor for Scanlan, which is this guy. He's the voice actor for Scanlan, right? Then Willingham is the voice actor for Grog. I know the voice actor for Pike, but I don't know her name. I know the voice actor for Vax. Who voices Vax? Oh, the guy with the blonde hair. The guy with the blonde hair is the one that is voicing Vax. And then I know who's voicing Vex and who's voicing Pike.
When we first played through this campaign, we would have never imagined that we would get some of these names to be voices
Well,
on our show.
I know
I feel like a
Matthew
broken record when I
voices
just keep
most of
fanboying over
the
the
background
actors who are playing these
characters.
characters, but
Like
I'm
the
a fanboy for all the
NPCs
actors
and
who are playing
stuff.
these characters. Ah.
Oh no, they're all so good.
This is
I can't believe
Pike.
these people are working
This
on the
is
show.
no wait. Hold up.
No.
This is Vex. Yeah, this is Vex.
They're all so good.
I can't believe
And this is Pike.
these
There we
people are
go.
working on the show.
It's an interesting circumstance to be developing the animated series where I created and performed so many of these characters. And
Yeah,
then
he
now we
did
have
most of the
opportunity
background
to
characters.
bring them to life.
Matthew.
And I should not play all of them. I am genuinely really excited for and have been excited to find the right people to breathe life into these characters in ways that I never could.
Just like the player characters, all of these NPCs
Oh,
that
this
you've
is
seen,
Keyleth.
they
Oh, yeah,
have
this
a
guy.
piece of Matt.
I
in
forgot
them.
his name.
They feel like friends. So when we were casting it, there has been that deep amount of levels of consideration to make sure that they will truly be the exact perfect fit.
Part of us will always want Matt to voice every old man, woman, child, but it's been surreal to hear the guests we've had come in and bring some of these long cherished characters to life.
One of those.
Okay. Here's the character that I think have a new voice actor. Delilah's husband probably has a new voice actor. Delilah herself probably has a different voice actor. What's the name of the guy that likes the gay guy? Gilmore. There we go. Gilmore probably has a different voice actor. The King of Oman probably has a new voice actor. And who was the gatekeeper of Whitestone, like the religious woman? I forgot her name. The one that was preaching to the people of Whitestone before Vox Machina came. Her too. Probably has a
that is
different
beloved by
voice
all
actor.
is Sean Gilmore of Gilmore's
Hey, there we
Glorious
go.
Goods.
Gilmore.
And after a lot of back and forth with Matt himself was actually the one that was very adamant about allowing someone else to take a shot at this beloved character.
I wanted
Yep.
to make sure that his importance to the story was given the care that it deserved.
We really
My
wanted
man
to find
Gilmore
somebody who is funny and still
Has like
full
a
of life,
sarcastic
and
voice.
I think we found him.
SUNIL Malhotra has done an incredible job of
Sunil?
portraying Gilmore.
Oh, that's the guy.
Gilmore is, in my imagination, a naughty, sexy, mischievous cat. If he's not selling his wares, he's selling himself.
Sunil brings playfulness, charisma, respect.
Yeah,
I
you need
feel
like a
very close to
charismatic
Gilmore.
person.
Just full of energy and life and verve. That is like hand in glove for me.
He is bringing a very unique flair and passion to the role and is really good at hooking a finger under Vax's chin still.
What we ended up with was enough of Matt's version of the character that we still recognize him as the Gilmore that we fell in love with, but this new spin, a new take that has an authenticity that we could not have gotten if Matt had played the character.
The voice really hits everything that you want out of Gilmore. I'm quite pleased.
Yep, me too.
As Matt painted
If
it,
Matt played
Exandria
Gilmore, I
is
probably wouldn't
such a
even like
broad,
him
diverse,
as much as I
crazy
did.
place filled with all kinds of voices from around the realm. And to populate that with voice actors who aren't just the main 8 cast members,
Matt
of
probably
Critical
did the
Role
background
was always a big
characters,
goal of ours,
like those
to make
guys.
this world feel expansive and real.
This show is a great big stew of unbelievable casting choices and people that you have been waiting for and knew were going to be part of it.
We are blessed with choice when it comes to extremely talented people that happen to be friends of ours. And so there have been opportunities in the series to have people like Kari Payton.
Not unfamiliar to Critical Role fans for his portrayal as Shikasta or in Undeadwood. Sovereign Uriel is a huge part, which meant that we needed a huge voice. Kari Payton was someone that we turned to
He's
for
the one
and
that
he
did
delivered
King of
instantly.
Oman.
He has a level of regality to his voice that you just can't ignore.
He just brings so much weight and integrity to Uriel and gives it even more
Someone that
character
has
than I would
power in his
imagine.
voice.
We're trying with some of the casting to make sure that everybody you want to hear who's been a part of the family sneaks in there every now and then. Felicia Day is a perfect example of someone you will hear rattling around Tal'Dorei.
You'll hear her doing her level best to defend Amon against its enemies in a few of the early episodes.
We would not be here
2
without
seconds
Felicia.
later.
She took a chance on us. She saw the possibility, and we knew that we wanted to use her.
We also have people that we have known and love, such as Bobby Hall.
Okay, we'll take you in. But the bear waits outside.
Good
Oh,
old
he did
Bobby
the
Hall got to
NPC.
play some guards in some of the earlier episodes.
He blew us away. He was phenomenal.
Also stepping up for a character favorite from the Vox Machina campaign is Eugene Bird as Jarrett. Jarrett got a new role in this show. He is now a captain of the Arms of Amon in the animated series.
I think Jared is one of the coolest characters in the campaign.
Jared is the kind of guy that you
He didn't even have that many lines,
prove it to
though.
him more than a few times.
Eugene is like such a wonderful human being and such a wonderful person. He was in Gears of War with me, and I was so excited when he was cast.
General Krieg is a character from our early home game
General
days
Krieg.
that some fans may not be super familiar with, but he did reside on the Council of Tal'Dorei, and we had to turn to a big voice for his character.
Hello, my name is David Tennant, and I'm playing General Krieg.
David Tennant's in our show? What?
Being able to bring him on board to bring an NPC like Krieg to life, a pre-stream NPC. So he really is the one that brings it to life for the community as well.
Okay, quick question. So all these voice actors, right? They're friends of, the main cast, right? So did they do probably not, but that would be really cool if they did the voice acting for free. Like, imagine how much money they probably saved to put into other stuff just because they're friends with most of these people.
First time.
I can't believe you made it out alive.
He was so excited to be part of.
Why does his voice sound different?
I can't believe you.
Like, this voice right here is so different from his main voice, at the few seconds ago.
Made it out alive.
He was so excited to be part of this project because he had seen the path that it took.
I think it's fantastic. I think this is
Yeah,
how
see,
all
that's a
shows should be
different
pitched.
voice.
They should all start in somebody's front room and end up on television. Why not?
Knowing what that character is going to be required to do, David was fantastic to work with.
We've also had guest appearances by Tony Hale.
Of Veep fame is our Fence. He transformed into this
So
slimy,
Fence.
scheming Fence so brilliantly.
Playing the head cleric is ANJALI BHIMANI. Her
Oh, she's a
dulcet tones
cleric. I
match
thought she was a
perfectly
holy
with the
person.
character. Don't want to forget Cassandra DeRollo, sister of Percy, played by Esme Creed Miles. The Tavern Keeper, which was a fan-created character, voiced by Mason Alexander Park, who was incredible. They knocked it out of the booth. The goddess voice of
Everlight.
the Everlight is Tracy Toms, incredible voice.
Wait, somebody told me. I remember asking a question about if her real name is like Everlight, because Everlight sounds like a general name. Let's see. What's a good example? Oh, for example, right? You would name somebody the president, right? The president is the general name, but they have a first name and a last name. Let's say Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump, you probably say the president and you probably think Donald Trump. So I'm thinking the president is the Everlight for her. And she probably has a actual name. And somebody told me that they didn't use the actual name because I think it was copyright. Yeah, that they couldn't use her actual name due to copyright reason. I forgot the name that the person told me, but That's what the person
Goddess
said.
voice of the Everlight is Tracy Toms. Incredible voice, incredible performer.
And One Punch Man himself, Max Middleman, as Desmond, the coachman for the devious Briarwoods.
BRYN, who is a brand new character to the series, is voiced by Stacey Raymond. Also in the Whitestone crew
Wait.
as character to the series is
I'm trying to think where I remember this character from. Was this character one of Archie's like right hand man? I think that's right. Yeah. The one that wanted to fight instead of escaping. Doing what's his name? The guy with the axe that Percy killed. I think yeah. That should be the person. He didn't have that many lines, so the character is not that familiar. I'm not that familiar with this character.
is voiced by Stacey Raymond. Also in the
I think they only
Whitestone
had like
crew
what
as
3
Keeper
lines.
Yenin, we have Gina Torres.
Your first take of her is really someone of great calm and spirituality, but she has a much greater agenda. She also has a couple of tricks up her sleeve, which make her.
Oh, so that's
When
a
it came to the
different
character
person.
of Archibald Desnay,
Why did they
we
look
made
the
some changes
same
to the
though?
character overall, and also wanted to push this
Archie.
young rebel leader with
Why did they have to kill Archie, man? And to whatever the fuck that brute is. They
a
had to
voice
kill
print
my
that we
man
thought
Archie.
would do it justice.
I'm
We're
still
big fantasy
pissed
fans,
about
so
that.
again, in Shooting for the Moon, we reached out to Dominic Monaghan, and he said yes.
Archibald is a kind of buccaneering, swarthy man
Warrior.
of short stature. He tends to let his fists and his
Do the talking.
axe do the talking.
How did I know what he was gonna
Then we need to
say?
make our next move count. Gather every able-bodied fighter in Whitestone.
In Whitestone.
We have a hobbit on our show. It's amazing.
Also, Stephen Root. We are huge fans of his, from everything from Office Space to Barry. The way that he chews and works with his words gave a whole new shape to the character of Anders.
Professor Anders.
You're wasting time. VEDMIRE also cuts an extremely intimidating profile, and we knew with a half-giant of his
Batman
size,
is
we
like,
needed a voice.
bro, you know what would be epic? If Vedmire and Grog had like a 1v1. Because they have like similar builds. They're like super tall and like Hulk-like. Instead of, the fight with Scanlan was epic, but it would have been way more epic if it was like Van Dawn. That's his name? Hold up, how do you say his name? Oh, Vedmire. If Vedmire went against Grog.
Intimidating profile, and we knew with a half-giant of his size, we needed a voice to match it. You can't go wrong with Rory McCann, the Hound from Game of Thrones. Dr. Anna Ripley is another one of the Briarwood henchmen that we knew we needed to bring to life. And Kelly
She
Hu
got
does
away.
an incredible job of that.
Her sneaky ass.
End well for you.
God, Kelly is a villain. It's a really, really sharp performance.
So two of the NPCs that obviously jumped to our mind in the beginning was Lady Allura VYSOREN and obviously Lady Kima of Vord. Big shoes, big characters, beloved by all. And we quickly
They're
turned
NPCs?
to an angelic
What?
voice from Game of Thrones, INDIRA VARMA, for Lady Allura VYSOREN.
She has this grace and this
How is she
prim
an
quality
NPC?
to her.
I must object, Sir Finns. We don't even know what the creature is. Demon? Elemental? And how do you propose we capture it?
She was able to deliver this very delicate, soft, but powerful dialogue.
I love you, Matt. I love your voice as Allura, but it's so amazing to hear the woman come to life.
And then her partner in crime, Kima of Vord, played by the incredibly funny Stephanie BEATRIZ.
She has just the perfect cadence and the perfect deadpan delivery and just nails it with her total disdain for the entire group of Vox Machina.
She's large and in charge, even though she's under 4 feet tall.
Stephanie is a fantastic badass of the utmost variety.
Playing a badass is an internal thing. It is about the space that you've decided that you take up. It isn't about how small or big you are.
She just like got it immediately and sounds exactly like I pictured Kima sounding.
While I
She
miss
never
Matt,
had that many
as
lines
Lady
though.
Kima,
I think she only
I'm
had
pretty
like
happy
what,
with who
3
we got.
lines.
Another immensely talented voiceover actress, the illustrious Grey Griffin. She is our Delilah Briarwood.
Villains, I've been playing them for decades, and they're just so deliciously wonderful to play.
Delilah is a very complicated villain.
Yeah, she's
I
like
liken her to sort of
a
like a big cat. I'll kill you when I'm feeling.
Delilah is like an anti-hero, but more on the villain side, right? Because she was, I'm guessing, right? This is like all speculations because I never watched like the campaign and stuff. But based on what I'm seeing, I think that Delilah was like good, like before her husband died. She was like a regular witch, I think, and then due to her husband dying and going to all those sacrifice to like resurrect him, she probably became like super overprotective, and that was probably what caused her to be a villain. And contacting what's the name of the demon that she was trying to contact so that they could live forever and probably be immortal. Oh yeah, the whispered one. There we go. She was trying to contact the whispered one so she wouldn't lose her husband again.
I like it, but right now I'm just having fun.
She grasped so many facets of the subtlety and that brimming intensity and threat while still keeping that cordial, presentory upper crust.
She relishes in the villainous aspect, but she really gets the heart of Delilah.
She does do horrible, horrible things, but it's all in the name of love, so
Yeah, exactly.
you have to root for her just a little bit.
We also have the talented
She's like an
Darren DePaul
anti-hero,
joining us
but
as Kyrian Stonefell.
He's
more on
grotesque.
the villain
He's
side.
evil. He's disgusting.
Bro, I
He's
hate
a
this guy,
mess.
bro.
So I'm sure
This
of
character
course,
needs to
Darren.
go to
He's
hell.
disgusting. He's evil. He's a mess. We've got to make it him.
Darren is I'm not convinced as human. He can
Like out of all the villain, bro, Stonefell and Professor Anders were like the worst. They were worse than Delilah herself. Like Delilah, you get why she's a villain, but Stonefell and Anders were just villain just to be a villain. They're villain just cause, like literally. They have no reason for being a villain. They're just evil. That's just their nature.
like creatures come out of him that don't really make sense.
Nobody's going to get into that part of the basement of their voice like Darren can.
Death to the derolers! There's the great joy in playing someone who just doesn't
Give a fuck. He just doesn't
Watching
give two
this universe
shits,
come to
man.
life, it's bigger and more complex than I even imagined.
These are adult stories, adult themes, and because it's animated, it means that you can do so much more.
Anything that you can think of, anything that you can dream up, that can be brought to life in the world of animation.
Who would have thought that we would get to tell these stories in this medium, and people aren't ready for how vibrant and exciting it looks.
It's very like those cartoons that you watched as a kid. It kind of reeks of nostalgia, but with swear words. And what could be better?
It feels like our little group is just starting to expand.
For many, many years, this was
That probably
truly
sounded
a
bad,
world
so just ignore
that
that.
only existed in a handful of people's imagination.
It feels like these characters that we have lived with for years now have been given new life.
The fact that there are all these critters who are invested in this means that, fuck, it needs to be seen, it needs to be made.
This is because of you, and I know
Me?
it brings tears to my eyes. It's kind of an amazing thing.
Indulge and engage with this moment that you helped create, because without you, it would not have been.
Even though I'm a
Knowing that the
brand
Legend
new
of Vox
critter,
Machina
but we don't talk
was
about that.
creator made from top to bottom, there's a certain magic to that I don't think you can get anywhere else.
People say stuff like, this is your world, you created this stuff. Like, I, to a degree, helped to facet it, but I am one of many storytellers in this. Me and all the players at the table, and the community that watch this, and all these artists, developers, and designers. This is a continued expansion of that collaboration, and collaboration is key. This isn't my world anymore. This is our world.
That's crazy. New series. Bro, when is season 2? When is season 2? I need season 2 like yesterday, bro. You guys are playing with me. I can't wait like 8 months trying to wait for season 2. I need season 2 now. I need season 2 now, bro.